We are going to learn how to draft a trouser today. What I would love you to note is this method of drafting trouser applies to trouser for both male, female, and even children. The formula satisfies all of them. Even if you want to draft a jean, you just do a little twist, which I'll show you at the end of this video. How to convert trouser to jean cut. Although when you're measuring for jean, you measure a little bit tight. You take the measurement a little bit tighter. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's see the measurements of the trouser we're about to draft is like this. The waist is 28. So the hips is 34. The high thigh is say 19. The lower thigh 14, and the foot say 11. Length of the trouser is 34. So let's say the hips is at 5.5. The high thigh say 9.5, and the lower thigh say is at 15. Then the foot of course will be at 34. Then the waist will be at what? 0. Is that okay? The first thing we'll do is to take the levels, right? That's after identifying your reference lines. So waist at 0, hips at 5.5, high thigh at 9.5, lower thigh at 15, foot at 34. So you draw normal lines vertically. The additional levels that we're going to be calculating is that of the crotch level, right? Crotch level is equal to hips divided by 4 plus 0.36 dA. We already know how to calculate the dA. Do I need to still put it here? No. From the measurement, our dA is 1.5. So this will give us 9.04 as approximately 9. So our crotch level is in red. Now we take the waist measurements, divide it by 4, add 0.6 of the difference allowance. By the time we do that, that's 7.9. we take these measurements on the hips. Are we together? Then repeat it on the waist. Now on this waist side, take this 0.6 DA, which was what? 0.9. Divide that your 0.9 by 2. You get 0.45. Now measure each of these 0.45 here and here. Then connect this side, each of them back to the origin and end of the hip. That's the mark we've gotten on the hips. So this is the beginning of the hips, then this is the end of the hips. So we connect this and then rule your line up to the crotch. Are we following? Next is we'll calculate our crotch size. Now crotch size is equal to 2 of the high thigh minus the hips, all this divide by 4, then all this plus 0.5, which is what? 1.5. So this 1.5, we're going to be measuring it here. So this is the crotch size. We'll connect this new point to this one with a sweet curve. Are we following? So this up to this point is your crotch curve. From here to here, crotch curve. From here to here is crotch level, while from here to here is crotch size. So this is represented with T. Okay. Next is we take this measurement, that's the whole of this, and repeat that measurement down here. Find the middle. 9.5 will take us to 4.75. Okay. When you get the middle, you shift towards the side of the trouser. This is the side of the trouser, while this is the middle part of the trouser. The side, the pocket is going to be here. We shift to the side of the trouser by 1 inch. So we'll mark this here. Then on this side, come back, look for the middle. This is the middle. Then we shift towards the same side, but now by 1/2 inch. Then we connect these points, or are you following? So this becomes a new reference line. Now what we'll do is to treat the lower thigh and foot. We'll skip the high thigh. So we take the lower thigh measurement, which is 14, divide it by 2 to get 7, then put the middle of 7 on this point, mark the beginning and the end. We take the foot measurement, divide it by 2, which is 5.5. Look for the middle of 5.5, which is here. Put it on that mark the beginning, mark the end. So we connect this point to this point, but in such a way that we'll be able to conveniently fold the down of the trouser. So first of all, draw some 2 parallel lines. This should be approximately 2-3 inch. That should be okay. Then we bring this up here. Then connect this to this side. It can meet at the crotch level or a little bit above it. We repeat the same thing here. Next is we would sag the trouser. You can use up to 1 inch to sag trouser, but here I'll be using 0.75. So this will be like the center front of the trouser. This will be like the inseam, while this is the side. So the pocket is going to be here. So this is what we want. We're to add folding allowance. Just 1 inch. It's 1 inch. Let me take this opportunity to explain something too. When you're cutting bar, you're advised to, although this is a normal line, you're advised to increase this side without affecting the side of the trouser, this side, by a little. This is because most times when you are done with the trouser and you iron, the foot part of the trouser, let's say this is the trouser and this is the inseam, this is like the foot, you folded the other parts that way. The foot part of the trouser, that's the inner seam, would like give you this shape. That's because this place, although if you cut your trouser this way, it's not supposed to give you this effect. The trousers that you mostly see this is tailors use this edge as their reference to just measure the lower thigh from here to, then from here to get the foot, and then they just join. It has a serious disadvantage. So if it is drafted that way, you have the potential of having the effects that I'm talking about. Okay, let's see how fast we can go with the back.